Alright, it's time to rank another soundtrack, and this time I'm going to be doing Aladdin on the Sega Genesis. As usual, I'm just doing the stage themes, so unfortunately A Whole New World does not make the list. There are 10 stages in the game, although 2 of them basically share the same song, so I'm going to be lumping that one into one entry. I'll get into more about the details of it later, but that leaves us with 9 songs to rank. Much like the Lion King ranking the soundtrack that I did before, some of these songs are from the movie, and this ranking will just be based solely on the versions that you hear in the soundtrack. I'm not going to be taking into consideration the original tracks, although there will be references to them throughout. I'll preface this like I normally do by saying that this list is just strictly my opinion. It's completely subjective. Feel free to leave your comments, your thoughts, and your opinions in the comments. Just please respect my opinion and anybody else's who contributes. So without any further ado, let's get on with the list. Number 9, Cave of Wonders. It's a dark, slow, brooding tune that's alright, but it doesn't really go anywhere interesting. It is a change of pace from most of the soundtrack, but there are better choices for this vibe even on the soundtrack, so it doesn't even earn points for that. Number 8, Rug Ride. This is a very energetic, fast-paced tune with a strong sense of urgency, which of course fits in with the carpet ride level. It has a cool intro that builds up, and then it's mostly a bunch of noodling mixed with decent melodies. I like how it shakes back and forth between longer, sustained notes, although longer is relative here since the BPM is so high, but it's mixed with some solo-y type shit. And while there really aren't any standout moments, there are a lot of sections, so there's plenty of variety where it could have easily been ill-advisedly samey throughout. Number 7, Sultan's Palace. This song is jazzy as fuck, but it still maintains the Arabian flavor. It's a really cool combination. It's such a free-flowing piece, it doesn't seem to repeat anything until the loop comes back around. It feels like you're in an actual jazz bar in New Orleans watching a band improvise. And then there's number 7, The Desert, which is basically a different version of Sultan's Palace, but although the rhythm section is the same, at least in the main verse, the leads are just totally different riffs. It's like as if the hypothetical Arabian New Orleans jazz band from Sultan's Palace just continued improvising and then split it up into 2 different songs. By the way, this is not the combination of 2 songs into one that I mentioned earlier. These two are completely different, just very similar. There's also a whole different section on the desert where the beat starts going into this whole other groove, and the whole song takes a turn to a much more intense vibe. This other section gives the edge to the desert over Sultan's Palace in the ranking, and although these levels are very far apart in the sequence, I recommend listening to them back to back for a different experience. Number 5, Sultan's Dungeon. This is Arabian Nights from the movie, which is a cool song on the original soundtrack, and I do like the gloomy tone of it here. In fact, it's got those same bassy tones that you hear in Jurassic Park on Genesis, particularly in the pump station level. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I feel like this version doesn't translate from the original movie version as well as the others. But like I said before, I'm not taking that into consideration here with these rankings. And I do like the dark tone quite a bit, so I'm not going to complain. Number 4, Inside the Lamp. This is Friend Like Me from the film in all its swingy glory. Much like its counterpart, this is a toe tapper that'll stay in your head rent-free. It fucks with me chronologically because it's toward the end of the game, but whatever. It's still a fun song that's catchy and doesn't get tiring. It's not going to threaten the top spot of the list, but it's pretty damn good. Number 3, Agrabah Market. This is Prince Ali from the movie, and there's a reason why it was chosen for level 1. It has the makeup of the quote-unquote single, more so than anything else on the soundtrack. It's catchy and has a very classic verse-chorus-verse layout. And much like Friend Like Me and another song that we're about to get to in a bit, this is a good, faithful rendition of its counterpart. The verses are okay, but they're mainly there as a build-up to the iconic hook in the refrain. That's pretty much the bread and butter here. It's a memorable song, and that hook will stay in your head. Number 2, Agrabah Rooftop. This is one jump ahead from the movie, and again, it's a good version of it. It has a very similar rhythm to Prince Ali, which makes sense because we're in the Agrabah area still. I love how much variety there is. There's the intro that builds up to the verse with that very hooky melody, and then it goes into that slowed down bridge part, and another whole section at the very end of the loop. Meanwhile, there are all these transitions between most of these sections, plus once the song loops back around to the beginning, there are additional instruments layered into the arrangement, like what I think is a marimba banging away, for example. I will say, though, that there isn't as much percussion as I would have liked, especially once the song picks up, even with the marimba, but that bass sound is smooth as silk, and the plethora of different sections makes this song one that you can leave playing on the loop for a while. And number 1, Jafar's Palace and The Escape. These are the two that are grouped together because they're the same song with a different arrangement. It's not even like the Sonic 3 and Knuckles games where the zone has two different versions of the same song, or like the Desert and Sultan's Palace, two jazz tunes from earlier. This is the same thing, tonally and everything, riffs. They just arranged it differently. I honestly didn't even notice there was a difference at all until I went back and listened to them side by side. I debated whether or not to combine them, but I ended up doing so. I will give the slight edge to Jafar's Palace if I'm going to pick one over the other, because I like the choice of the intro better. It also has that final stage feel, for what that's worth, so, Jafar's Palace being the final stage, it fits. It's definitely one of the more intense songs on the soundtrack, along with Rug Ride, but there's a lot of variety here. It'll go into one of a couple different variants of these long breakdowns that keep the chord progression, or bridge the gap with a cool solo. And there are a couple different variants of this breakdown too. The lead riff in the main verse is an instant earworm, and the tone of it along with the bass is just music to my ears. Although I guess that's literally what it is, so joke's on me. So that's it for this list. Here is a quick recap. Number 9, Cave of Wonders. Number 8, Rug Ride. Number 7, Sultan's Palace. Number 6, The Desert. Number 5, Sultan's Dungeon. Number 4, Inside the Lamp. Number 3, Agrabah Market. Number 2, Agrabah Rooftop. And number 1, Jafar's Palace / The Escape. So that's it for this list. What did you think? What did you agree with or disagree with? Feel free to leave your thoughts and comments in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.